Welcome back to another episode of This Week in Atlas Earth. Please stick around to see my progress from this past couple weeks or so and to hear my thoughts about the most recent AMA that the Atlas Earth team has dropped on YouTube. To start, over the past couple of weeks, 15 days to be exact, I've collected 1,721 Atlas bucks from daily login bonuses and being part of the Explorer Club. Do include the day 7 and day 14 bonus. So that total Atlas buck number is a little bit inflated due to those special days included in that total. I also played golf for about an hour last Monday, getting a top 1500 finish and collecting 41 Atlas bucks. To round out mini games, I played Warship last Tuesday, got a top 500 finish. I played for probably an hour and a half. So, again, not the full 2 hours, but I was able to play what I could. And I came away with 121 Atlas bucks. So, not too bad for an hour and a half worth of gameplay there. Lastly, I've made about 150, 200 additional Atlas bucks from watching ads and wheel spins. Thankfully, luckily, more so, I was able to come away with a jackpot a couple days after my birthday. So that was pretty nice getting that jackpot. That's always a good boost to get that extra 50 there. But yeah, I've been really diligent in watching ads the past week or so. I've tried making the extra effort there to collect those free 2 Atlas bucks every 20 minutes or so, and I think it's kind of paid off. Moving on to the reward ladder, I feel like I've gotten off to a pretty good start this month. I'm already up to 295 points just from completing 5 challenges. Um, I plan on competing in the fishing mini event today, at least just to get the challenge complete, not to get top 500, top 100. Hopefully, I can pull off the top 1500 finish, but definitely just want to get these challenges taken care of today. Um, I've completed 2 of the survey challenges. I've boosted my rent for 10 hours. I've purchased one parcel and I've converted $1 of virtual rent, and that's what's got me to the 295 mark so far. Also, I am going on a work trip in the next week or so. I'm going to Vegas, so hopefully I can pick up a couple badges there, at least one, to knock out the badge challenge whenever it becomes available. I think it should be available by the time that I get there. If not, I'm there a week, so I'll be able to at least uh, hopefully have that challenge available to me by that time. Hopefully, with a little bit of planning, I'll be able to knock out this reward ladder relatively quickly in good time, so I'm not stressing about it towards the end of the month. Now let's move on to the most recent AMA that Atlas Earth dropped this past week or so. So let's start off with Atlas Games. This is the project that we've seen on YouTube. We've seen pop ups for in the game. Basically, it is a way for Atlas Earth to get the community more engaged, potentially provide some Atlas Earth players more opportunities to win real money, and hopefully it's a good marketing campaign for the game that we'll be able to see and watch on YouTube. Personally, I have enjoyed watching the first couple videos that have dropped already. I think they're fun, a little cheesy, sure, but it's a good driver for the game. It's a good way to get the game's name out there, maybe get some more people interested in the game. I do know that some people aren't necessarily 100% happy just keeping up with the Reddit boards or the Discord. There is the narrative out there that Atlas Earth shouldn't be necessarily working on YouTube videos. They should be working more on the actual game that has been promised to us, like landmarks or updates to mini games, updates to the visual appearance of the game. I get that. But at the end of the day, the people that are working on Atlas Earth games on YouTube are not the people that are working on the actual development of the game. The engineers are not going to be on the Atlas games anytime soon. They're not using their time or resources doing that. Um, at least that's what Sami did say in the AMA, and I'm going to go ahead and believe that. There's no reason not to believe that. Um, so I do think that this is just another fun way for the community to be engaged and to kind of see what's going on in Atlas Earth every now and then with a fun YouTube video. I know that I do want to sign up for this. I think it would be fun to go on and do it. Unfortunately, I haven't had the time yet to complete my application because it's a little bit of a longer application. I do think you have to submit some sort of a video explaining why you want to be on there. Um, but it's coming. Hopefully, I can get to that sooner rather than later. But if you do want to apply to be on Atlas Games, if you go into the settings tab in game, there is a link to where you can go and find that application and sign up. So yeah, don't worry. Developers are not spending their time on Atlas Games. It's the marketing team that you see on a day-to-day basis that's putting these games together. You don't want them, as Sami said, working on the actual game. Otherwise, the game's in big trouble. You want the developers and the engineers working on the game, not the marketing team. Another question asked of Sami was, "Will there ever be a way to see your personal stats?" The quick answer is yes. Hopefully on the web app, not necessarily in the mobile version, but on the web app, you will be able to see your total mini games played, or your win loss ratio, or your total Atlas bucks collected. That isn't a plan for the immediate future, but it is something that we could potentially see down the road. Another question that I found really interesting, it was asked if there were ever any features that AE wanted to add but hadn't yet or couldn't add. Essentially, it was said that customizing land, the community feed, landmarks. These features are all going to be added, but small snags have popped up here and there, which has prevented the delay of these features being dropped. And I kind of agree with what he's saying that he wanted these to be perfect before dropping them. If you make this feature available for everyone and it's not perfect, it could potentially maybe discourage people from playing this game because the features that they've promised for so long aren't perfect. And so they want them to be as good as they can possibly be before being dropped. So these features we all know are coming soon. The token phrase there, but hopefully it will become sooner rather than later. At least landmarks, hopefully by the end of the year. Community feed, hopefully by the end of the year as well. But all these delays have kind of come about from the visual um, updates that are coming to the game. You can't you can't drop landmarks feature looking like the former version of the game whenever you're going to have this big update to the way the game appears to the users. So if you want to do it right, you need to make sure that the landmarks are going to look like the new version of the game visually. And then that way everything matches um, by the time that this all happens and it's able for us to actually utilize. It was asked if they could ever have updates to the reward ladder to potentially allow users to skip challenges or to at least be able to see more challenges. He said that that could possibly happen. It's not an ability that wouldn't ever be able to be added to the game, but they have to really look into it and see um, how it's going to play out before they are able to add that feature to the game. They did say that unlimited skips to certain challenges aren't going to be a thing, um, but potentially paying diamonds or Atlas bucks to be able to skip a certain challenge um, could potentially be in the works. Again, that's not going to happen until after we see all of these other updates drop. But it is something that they're aware of and they're looking into for the future. finally, we might see some updates to the mini games coming soon. They talked about potentially increasing the reward tiers, so maybe not necessarily top 1500 will be the limit, but maybe top 2000. They could really do anything there. They just want to make sure that by increasing the pool sizes, that the rewards for playing are worth it to the people that keep on playing the entire time of the games. It was also discussed about, are the time frames for the games going to change, and Tommy kind of got to the point where he said that, in the near future, no, the times aren't going to change, but going into next year, they're really going to revamp mini games and hopefully have some different formats. So instead of just playing for 2 hours, 3 hours, they're going to do maybe a tournament style game, and it won't necessarily be 2 hours long. It could be different time frames, but yeah, more of a knockout style tournament that could be in the works. Again, this is something for next year. It's not going to be on the plate for this year because we have these other features that hopefully will drop very soon. So this is all that I have for you guys today. Thanks so much for tuning into This Week in Atlas Earth. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to share your progress with me, please put it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. So thanks again, and until next time, good luck out there.